Alright, aggressive Cornelius. I've got
Aggressive Cornelius.
round 2, jerk. I've at least updated my teammates.
And you're approaching him without his compatriots assisting him.
Yeah, because we're out leveling them, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, homeboy hurts. Because he's got stuns and he does a lot of damage.
Does he have clubs as weapons?
Yeah, he's got a pair of clubs.
They look like they are embedded with amber or something along those lines. Unless those are glowing, I can't tell. Intriguing nonetheless.
Well, we're doing tons of damage to him now.
Yeah, great. Just a couple levels really improves your chances.
Yeah. Mostly. Homeboy still hurts real bad.
Alright, so he will perform a multiple strike that could kill Shulk. That's something that I've thought about. Shulk's name.
Yeah.
I would have never named a main protagonist Shulk. I think it's because it reminds me of like She-Hulk or something.
People have brought that up a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah. It's an odd name. Like, oh well.
But then I suppose you have Dunban. It's kind of like Duncan
And
or
Rhine.
something. Rhine is like rain, or
It at least sounds reasonable.
or Ryan or something. So Rhine is what I would consider a typical fantasy name.
All right.
Charla definitely is a more typical name. It's like Sharon or Carla. That's how you get Charla. But Shulk.
Oh, good. He's still getting this.
When my friends and I were playing with Barbies, or we were pretending that we were wizards in the backyard with our staves and such, and we were coming up with names for our characters, I always like to do something called the scream or the shout or the yell test. I think that maybe it was just the yell test, where if there's a point where a character has to go, no, so-and-so. If the name sounds good when it is being yelled out, then you know that you have a good name. So you can kind of yell, Rhine, no, or Charla, but Shulk. do you know what I mean? How would you do that? Wonder?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just, it doesn't pass the L test for me.
Yeah. No, I'll go with that one.
Or are you thinking of it, in your head, what would happen if there was a dramatic moment where someone was yelling out their name?
I mean, I've heard worse. I guess this is my thing. It's just like, I've heard considerably worse.
You've heard worse names than Shulk?
Yeah. Really long things or just goofy nonsense.
Well, the long names, at least you could, the main character might take on a fun nickname. Usually it would be a one-syllable nickname. So you could have a character that's named like Veristelkia, which just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
And so you could call her Very or something along those lines. And that would be reasonable. Or Vel. You know what I mean? I mean, even you call me Shell.
Mm-hmm.
Even though my name is Michelle.
Yeah.
Though, the problem with your name in the Yell test is you start sounding like Rick Grimes.
Yep.
Carl! But then again, I don't really... What would my name be like? Shell! Yeah, you see, you can extend...
Shell!
You can extend
Shell!
the enough.
Shell!
So yeah, when I go through the process of naming characters, it is interesting. I try to make my cast have different beginning sounds or letters so that you don't have too many characters with an A sound at the very beginning, etc. I try to come up with unique endings to the names. I really dislike it when all the female characters have an A ending to their names. So,
or Ia.
Or Ia. Yeah. And yeah. So I try.
Sorry.
So I try to mix it up there for the female characters. And then also, oh, you're back in the throne room. Will the others intervene on the behest
Down
of the
to Bisquick.
Bisquick?
I want pancakes.
So, and then, yeah, in addition to all of those steps, also having to pass the Yell test. Well, I have everyone in chats doing the Newt and Polar.
Newt.
But no, it's fun. You have to be cognizant of how names sound.
Yep.
So
I think I was talking about I
Mhm.
was talking about bad names.
Bad names.
I guess, like, from my perspective, Shulk doesn't sound too bad in this universe just because of all of the characters, have we run into a character named Steve or John or Bob?
Let me think on it. I mean, Dixon does sound like a traditional
Kind
Earth
of,
name.
but it still fits.
And
Like
Charla still
Dixon,
is,
Dunban, Charla.
But Charla does sound like Sharon mixed with Carla.
Yeah, but it's like they all still sound kind of like they would belong.
Fiora is definitely it's like a Fiona.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and some are a little bit more regular than others, but I'm
What
just
was
saying.
the one girl's name? Paola? That's very similar to just Paula.
Mhm.
And then, was it Noreen? That's very similar to Nadine.
Gadol.
Gadol, I do not understand. That's another one. Or isn't it Gado? You don't actually pronounce
Oh,
the
right,
LT.
it's Gado, which I guess is not
It's
far
Gado.
off of Godot, but even then.
Gado. And Otheron just sounds like wise old man, a wise old man name. Now, the Nopon, they definitely have a rhyme or reason to the formations of their names. You do have the, like, Daza and Rageru and, like, what was it? Like Bora or something like that.
Mhm.
They seem to have a lot of repeating consonant vowels. In the Japanese version, she's called Fiorang. Really? But Japanese doesn't have NG sounds. Like ing, That's interesting. It's akin to how there are no L's in Japanese, so they usually replace them with RU, eru. So I remember when I was in the Japanese club back at my school, we had to have an equivalent for our names, and my name would be Mishiru.
Why did that hit the whole party?
Ouch.
Freaking reckless Godwin.
Oh.
Well, that's fine. We don't have to fight him. Let's go give that Nopon food. We'll come back when we're level 50 and we'll just skunk him and be like, you suck, creature.
Isn't he the one that kidnaps the other
Yeah,
Nopon?
the Nopon.
Oh.
Yeah. He is quite possibly one of the hardest enemies I've ever faced in a video game.
But as an underleveled one, too.
Well, yeah, now I'm just the same level as him. No, I'm I'm above him. I just realized Shulk's level 32. But no, like, I think of many games, except for like maybe some Mega Man bosses, he has the most amount of like absolute crushing defeats under his belt. Well, okay, I'll add some roguelikes to that category too, because there's some great roguelikes that I've played where I just got absolutely demolished left and right. Then again, Buttman's starting to get up there.
I think the closest name to Shulk's would be, I suppose, Link. You usually don't have other K endings to names. But at the same time, you could go, Link!
Mm-hmm.
And it would work. But Shulk!
Does Xenoblade Chronicles do the thing where bosses levels don't really mean
Sorry,
anything?
I shouldn't be screaming anymore.
Yeah.
The character names.
I would definitely say there is a feeling that some of the levels are just kind of variable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have definitely fought over-leveled enemies that are, like, complete chumps.
Uh-huh.
And under-leveled enemies that just destroy me in every single Xenoblade game. 2 probably had the smoothest difficulty curve from my experience.
Mm-hmm.
I remember fighting things that were above my level and, like, chain fighting a bunch of them, and it was actually kind of fine.
All right, we have the food for the starving Nopon. Oh no, is he gone? Oh, okay, thank goodness.
You brought for me. They look really yummy. Zazadan feel much better now. You such nice people.
Glad everything worked out.
You saved Zazadan's life. Zazadan no have to die now. Thank you so much. Zazadan give you this as thanks.
Miss Sandals.
Can you help Zazadan again? Monsters that attack Zazadan so scary. Zazadan no can go out. That doesn't sound good. If Zazadan go out to find food, monsters attack him again. Zazadan no want to go out until it's safe. You can help Zazadan. You saved Zazadan's life. It's your job to keep Zazadan safe. Why are all the Nopon we meet so weird? Would you rather we hadn't saved you? Zazadan only joking. Zazadan really grateful. There's still lots Zazadan has to do. Yeah, I knew you were joking. What do you want us to do? Zazadan no can go out. Still too dangerous. Monsters that attack Zazadan are near glowing obelisk. They ogre bunnies. Zazadan want you to kill him.
Ogre bunnies?
You're so kind. Help Zazadan. Zazadan's still not feeling too well from last time. Good luck. Is it Rhine time? Let me check my phone.
Rhine time?
Yep.
Wait.
Still Rhine time.
What is Rhine time?
It's Rhine time.
Oh, this is an ogre bunny. So, they're the creatures that have the hand for a tail, but these ones have
Big
thicker
clubs.
pieces of wood. Yep. Yeah, 'cause there's the ogre ones, but then there's also the ether ones. There's one right there, or there's two over here.
Yep.
Looks like you've attracted the attentions of all three.
I've got some AoEs. Also, they're like 10 levels below me at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of easy for me to just say, like, fight them all. It's not like the level 30s where I'm just, like, actually in trouble. Those level 30s were brutal. There's these guys I can just kind of destroy.
Now, are ogres... They're usually separate from orcs. But...
Yeah. It varies. Ogres and orcs are fairly similar in Dungeons and Dragons.
Ogres, orcs, trolls... Yeah.
Trolls, gnolls, goblins, kobolds.
Yeah, but... Kobolds are reptilian, and...
Not always. Sometimes they're dog creatures.
Sometimes they can be dog creatures, but the gnolls usually are dog creatures. Right?
Gnolls are always dog creatures from what I've experienced.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the hobgoblins.
Yeah. The hobgoblins are usually just larger goblins. It's interesting how Oni are rough translations of ogres.
Why do you use enchant against non-Mechon? The bonus damage is Mechon exclusive. Are you sure about that? Because it allows ordinary weapons to deal damage to Mechon.
Right, but you're not facing Mechon, so wouldn't you put a different symbol into your Monado instead?
No, it just says, causes attacks to pierce Mechon armor, and then boosts damage slightly.
Okay. I mean, what were the other effects for the other symbols?
Did
any of
the other ones are actually kind of useless.
Okay.
I mean, there's Buster, which does like a decent chunk.
So maybe
No.
you should use Buster?
I do. So what I do is I start with enchant because it lasts for the entire battle, pretty much. And potentially is a 200 damage bonus. I'm Googling this one.
Performing an internet search.
Yeah, auto attack damage up only against Mechon.
Yep.
And
Makes
only
sense.
for auto attacks.
Only for auto attacks, huh? Well, now you know.
Huh. And yeah, Monado Enchant is not available to Shulk due to the lack of Mechon in the long epilogue DLC they added.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's spoilers, but whatever. Okay, well, good to know. I just had assumed it was a damage bonus because the description was kind of unclear.
Oh, have we collected all of the
Yep,
four?
we got them all. So it's plot progress time again.
Oh,
Hello, bird creature.
Satoral Guardian. So this is the test.
Beat the snot out of it, I guess. I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed.
That the adulthood ceremony was just a fight?
No, that the enchant does not actually do
The extra damage?
bonus damage. Yeah,
Well, this means you can focus on attacks and such.
I know. Yeah, he's immune.
Oh.
Well,
We're getting some good chains, I suppose.
yeah, kinda. Eh.
Ah.
I'm bad at those quick time events. I'm getting better at them slowly. I'm getting better at the perfect ones.
So in other words, does this mean you might actually want to bring Dunban into the party
Yeah.
and only bring Shulk out when he needs to fight against Mechon?
Possibly, probably. I mean, truly, I'm going to want to mix and match the entire party around. So yeah, I could very reasonably bring Dunban in. I think Shulk is still probably one of the better damage dealers. Like, he does a lot of damage.
It's interesting that one Monado skill, that slash that you used,
Yeah.
seemed to extend the blade out as much as the vision had shown.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Ooh.
Well, in that case, Pate. I get to be the dashing gentleman.
Is he fully equipped, though?
Ish.
Is there something that you're specifically aiming for with these bonuses that you're putting into play?
It just scales up the stats, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do we got? What did I get from her? Heavy armor, defensive, medium. Damage dealt by ether arts attacks. Not that helpful. Ah, that first one is good though. Let's see. What is Charla currently working on?
Oh,
Right.
she's almost to max in devotion.
Yeah, which gets her rapid healing, which reduces the cooldown of healing arts, which, yeah, that's actually super worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we want this guy to be wearing the lightest possible stuff. Ish. I don't want to sack his stats too much. Unfortunately, the general gear is actually pretty good and incredibly light.
What is up with that blade?
Yeah, that's a goofy-looking sword if I ever did see one.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a giant carver.
Did Wander unlock the rest of the cyborg outfit? I don't think so. I don't think not yet.
No.
Huh? The lift don't work.
Looks like it's been broken for a while. We'll have to find another way up.
Another way? You don't mean climb up there?
We may have to.
Come on, you can't be serious. Why'd someone build a lift that don't work?
No complaining. Let's start looking for a place we can climb up.
But
Oh, we
first,
do have
we
an
must
item
grab
here.
the thing.
Oh, is that an entrance? Actually, that looks like a wall to climb up.
It is, yep. So this is how we climb up. Oh, poor Dunban.
Hmm?
Has to do this whole
With
thing
one
one-armed.
arm. Oh.
Poor guy. Yeah, I love that detail. I think I'm going to say Dunban is probably my favorite-ish running character. He's kind of the, like, big brother mentor character.
But he's survived thus
But he
far.
survived, yeah.
Because usually...
The childhood friend who's almost always left behind. You know, the childhood friend whose older sibling is the mentor-type character who gets killed early on in the game, which is the impetus for the character leaving.
And I thought that he was going to get killed when he had been beaten down,
No,
and then Shulk picks up the Monado, but no.
It's a nice switcheroo. Did freaking Ryan.
Ryan fell.
Just bonk.
There we go. Ever so convenient that there happened to be some ivy growing up the walls. But it works.
Let's see. I'm just trying to find the last collectible. Because there's one that I have not got.
Oh, a cute parsnip. What makes that parsnip cute?
It's probably got a smiley face like the turnips in Mario.
Oh no. Oh.
Is that an oh no situation?
What do you mean by an oh no? Oh no.
That didn't work. I was hoping I could get the item. But that was a little steeper than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this will actually be kind of good, because I always used Shulk previously. The main reason why I liked him was he reduced enemies' armor, which I thought was actually pretty useful, and I think it still kind of is. But this'll let me switch around.
Had you ever gone around to the right side of this level?
Yeah, I didn't, and we just jumped down. Whoops. But I'll probably use Melia. We'll get the chance.
Hey, don't give things away too much. I mean, I know that there is the girl with the wing. Ah! Mist Rogul.
Okay, absorbs aggro, grants strength up, removes confuse. Increase evasion, let's do haste.
Yeah, I think this was one of the first instances in which you actually had to jump, right?
You don't really have to jump.
Jump too often.
Oh wow, we can do this often.
A particular slash.
Yeah. So I might want to mess with his moves a little bit. Because I don't think I want to have Dunban specifically going for aggro right now.
Well, down there with the Blinding Blossom, you had aggro absorb.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to switch these two in. Probably skip out on Serene Heart. Okay, there we go. Guess we'll just upgrade these. Yeah, I think I'm going to use Ryan primarily as my damage dealer. But I wouldn't mind using Dunban for a little bit of tanking. I mean, worst comes to worst, this just means he can take a hit here and there.
The way you have him dressed up, he just looks so dashing. Then again, also the fact that he's one of those anime guys with very long hair. That too.
So Dunban, Shulk, and new character is your go-to party. When you guys say new character, do you mean like they added a new character to the story?
No. I think they don't want to give away who...
Or the next character.
The next character or another character is. I think that's the point.
Which I think is very fair and respectable. I have no idea what they've actually added to this game.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, you just didn't want to spoil. Okay.
Yeah.
Because, like, that actually would be really cool if they just jammed a new character in.
They'd have to alter much of the story, wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm. And my one problem is finding a good healer. I usually just ended up going with Sharla from what little further I had played, just because she was reliable and had, like, good team heals. I don't remember the other characters having the greatest healing capabilities, but I could be wrong.
We'll have to look into them. when we attain them.
I'm just suddenly reminded of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. At a certain point, you get, like, the best healer in the game. But to use that healer, you have to sacrifice a party member. Not, like, death, but, like, you just can't use that other party member ever.
Really?
Yeah. And it's...
Why? Where are you leaving them?
Spoilers?
Okay, never
But,
mind.
like, it's a trade-off. And it sucks so much, because I was just like, oh but she's the best healer.
Is this akin to how in, what was it, Knights of the Old Republic 2, you had an option between the bounty hunter lady and then the Wookiee bounty hunter, and you could only choose one?
Yeah, kinda.
I thought there was another party member choice, but I forget which one that would have been.
Ryan.
Ready to go, Shulk?
Yeah. But just hold on a minute.
What is it, Shulk?
It's about the Monado. I'd like to ask your permission to use it a little longer.
Why ask me?
The Monado was your sword, but I need it to achieve my goal. So...
Don't sweat it. You are far more skillful at wielding that thing than I ever was. Keep it. It's yours. Besides, I have a new sword. That old coot had the decency to forge this for me. I owe it to him to make the most of it.
Dunban,
You fought your way this far. That is proof enough the Monado has accepted you. Don't take my word for it. Believe in yourself, Shulk.
believe in myself.
Never lying down, never giving up. That's our pride and strength as Homs. And we have to make sure those metal monsters know it.
You're right.
Time to move, people. This prison island Shulk saw in his vision isn't getting any closer.
That band looks like he would belong in a Castlevania game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the broken elevator.
Oh, right. That's
yeah,
what I was
he definitely is giving off
Oh.
Phantom of the Opera vibes or
I was hoping there would be a really good view.
vampire vibes. Mm-hmm.
But there isn't.
You're just so high up that
Yeah,
the mist.
fog of war and everything unloaded. Dumban is such a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we left Swamp Ass. We just left Swamp Ass.
Does this mean we're going up the spine?
Yep, now we're in the trachea.
Wait, the trachea? But that's a ways up.
What is this place?
It's giving me the creeps.
At a guess, I'd say we're inside the Bionis. What is it, Shulk?
Oh, nothing. It's just that it feels like the Bionis isn't really dead.
Huh?
Wait a minute, Shulk. If the Bionis starts moving around, things won't look good for us.
I'm hearing a heartbeat.
Let's just keep moving.
Right.
Aren't you hearing that low thudding in the distance?
I can't tell.
It's a bone. Bone. At least it was in that cutscene. The third lung?
Yep.
Look at that. And there's all these membranes?
Yep. This is one of the coolest areas in a video game that I've ever been in.
That's because you're inside a giant monster. Okay, can you look at the map again?
Oh, right. Give me a second. I'll check the Collectopedia. Did we get... No, we didn't. Dang.
Can you zoom out a little bit more? Or
Nope.
so
Not in that map.
how many lungs does the Bionis have?
Too many lines.
Look at all those. Yeah, look at that. All the holes. This doesn't look good.
I never expected to see anyone else in this place. You want to go up to the top? Where the water whooshes up. It'll shoot you really high.
Oh, great.
Time to ride its lung juices places.
It's rippling a little bit more. And I hear some bubbling.
You ride. You smell like ass. Hi.
Whoa.
What do you think that would smell
Ouch.
like?
I mean, so the bizarre thing about this is it looks organic, but at the same time, there's all this earth and such. So I would say it would smell like
Rotten lung water.
a
It's
basement.
just liquid snot.
A basement. This moldy basement. A little bit of mud mixed in.
And that was it.
Really?
Yep.
What? That's all?
I think we come back later.
We didn't collect anything in there, though. Also, they're building more?
Building the white one that we saw earlier.
The white one from the dream. Oh no! Is that Fiora?
Yep.
Face Nemesis. Your frame is complete. All that remains is the soul transfer. That damage. Does a weapon exist that can melt face armor? How?
Lady Vinaya, Master Egil wishes to see you.
Understood. Tell him I will see him when this face is complete.
Acknowledged.
I have fulfilled my duty. You and only you can bring about a new age on Makonis. No, the entire world. My mistress, Lady Menace.
Huh. So they're crafting these new face robots
Yes.
from humans that they've captured.
Yep.
But they themselves sound so human.
Yep.
Is this just some weird bid for immortality, or were they assimilated forcibly like the Borg?
Oh, right. I forgot.
Oh, what's going on up there?
That's like just an ocean up there that's just floating on the back of the guy's head.
Oh.
Yeah. It's really cool. And so
In
like
that
if you
large ring?
sunk through the whole thing, you would land in the jungle,
Weird.
which is why it's a rainforest of a sort.
Oh, look at those helix spirals. Oh no! Hydra!
Lady Melia, withdraw to the Knock-On village and let us handle this beast.
No, Isel. Do you really expect me to leave you, run away and save myself?
Permit us this once, Lady Melia. It is our honor and our duty to protect you with our lives. Do not fear for us. Flee.
I will not. I cannot return to the capital with this monster still standing. Isel, Hogard, Garin, Damil! Bestow the light of your life unto me!
Who turned up the heat?
I've never seen such a dense forest.
Me neither. How much further?
This must be the back of the Bionis. If Shulk's vision is right, we've still got a long way to go.
You mean go on in this heat? I'm sweatier than a brog's armpit.
We'll have to search for the best route. Sadly, until we find a way, we'll have to put up with Rhine's stench.
Charlotte?
I prefer the term musk.
We must be outside the tower.
Welcome, true heir to the Monado.
Father!
Weak and pathetic.
What or who are you? You will pay for what you've done! You will know the pain and suffering you caused the Emperor and Fiora! A silver-faced Mekon. And who was that girl? These visions show me people and places I've never seen. If only I could find out what they mean, we could use them to our advantage.
Look over there! A rope bridge. It looks Hom's made.
Not Homs, Nopon. Though a lot of them have settled in our colonies, the Nopon are originally native to Makna Forest.
Do you think they'd know the way to the Bionis head?
I can't say. But walking around in circles isn't going to achieve anything. Our best bet is to look for their village.
Oh, there's a great tree on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I find it interesting that even in those future cutscenes, they have the current gear that your characters are wearing.
Yep.
Well, those are really pretty. Can you get close to them?
This thing?
Yeah, I don't... Wait, does it have runes around its abdomen?
Yep. It's got magic circles around his butt.
Oh, wow. Makna Aluka. So another variety of caterpillar.
Yep. We're gonna pick up
I like how they've recolored them, but then also added a lot more to the models.
Yeah, a little bit of detail here and there. Yeah.
Bunch of Nopon.
Who want me to murder things? Yep.
Hungry monsters. A lot of scary monsters.
So many scary monsters. Red birds and head nip. Too many monsters. Kill more
they want to be
things.
able to go back to the village, but the monsters are currently blocking their path. What Nopon colors have we seen? We've seen this. These ones are specifically kind of minty teal green.
Yep.
But there have been blue, there have been purple, there have been yellow. Have we seen many pink?
Yeah, we've seen some pinks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're fun and bright. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
This is the back? That is...
Impressive.
That almost reminds me of... Oh, there's some falls that are in Africa that look an awful lot like that.
It just looks so cool.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's also like Niagara Falls, where it keeps grinding its way back and back and back.
I'm glad they did a remaster of this game, but some part of me wish they had just retooled all of the visuals to be as good looking as possible.
Because you're looking at this rock face, and it's...
I mean, yeah, just everything's just kind of, it's lower quality. It's very obviously like upscaled old, which I think works fine. But like I've seen what they can do in their future games, and I'm like, it is a shame that this game will always be probably one of the best.
Well, is that no different than Ocarina of Time and how Nintendo really only made that HD port to the 3DS?
Yeah.
If they made that same port over to the Switch, I'd be happy. But maybe they could up some of the textures. Now, are there some games where they've lost everything? And
Yeah.
they can't be remade?
Final Fantasy 8 is one of those, actually, where they had to... they lost, like, all of their files a long time ago.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Because I almost wonder if with something like Ocarina of Time, if they really could just reskin a lot of stuff and make it look better.
Possibly.
And that's what they did. I remember when I was playing a bit of the 3DS version, they made the vines that you can crawl up look a lot better, the grass textures, probably some of the stone and the dirt textures too. And obviously they changed all the faces for the characters. But yeah, Ocarina and Time and Majora's Mask were the first Zelda games I'd ever played.